Good morning, friends. I was doing some journaling this morning, and I found a website that had some pretty interesting journal prompts on there. And the question was, do you struggle with showing yourself compassion, and how does showing yourself compassion make you feel? Well, I had to look up the definition of compassion and self compassion. Compassion is recognizing the suffering of others, deeply caring, and taking action to help. Self compassion is being aware of our pain and suffering and understanding that while feeling this pain is hard, it is a normal human experience. So I started kind of delving into it. Do I struggle with showing self compassion? Yes, I do. And the reason being for that is because it's hard to show that for myself when I wasn't really shown it, all along. So you learn from kid up. So if from kid up you're not getting compassion, or you're not getting the compassion you need, then how are you supposed to then feel compassionate about yourself? Be kind to yourself. We give all these negative thoughts. We're constantly telling ourselves, oh, we're not good enough, and this, that, and the other. And what do we do when that happens? What happens when we fail at something? We take the mindset of, oh man, if I had, look at there, I am a loser. Look at there. Now, if I didn't succeed at this, then, it's because I'm a loser, and I'm, that's why. We talk bad about ourselves then. We use this negative mindset to layer on top of a negative experience or negative emotions. And that's unhealthy. We can't do that. We have to stop the negative self-talk and talk positive about ourselves. We have to practice mindfulness, being in the here and the now, and seeing things. How many times do I say this? Seeing things from a different perspective. Look at it kind of like this. If say you failed at something, or you're talking, you've got this negative thing you're dealing with, and you're struggling. Take your perspective and shift it to a friend or a family member. How would you help this person if they were going through this? What would you tell that person to build their self-confidence up, to build them up, rather than telling them, yeah, you failed at it, you're a loser? Because that's the things you tell yourself. You layer that negative talk on top of the negative experience. So you got to stop that, change perspective, and work on mindfulness, being in the here and the now. How do you do the mindfulness? Meditation. There's different things you can do, but meditation is one of the best things you can do to center yourself, to be more mindful about things. And so then the next part of it is how does showing self-compassion make you feel? It makes me feel very uncomfortable. It's alien to me, so therefore it's uncomfortable. I don't feel I have the right to show myself compassion when there's so many other people out there that need my compassion, because that's kind of how it was for me all along. I always felt like I could not be kind to myself because I had to show the kindness to other people. And I felt guilty if I started showing kindness and compassion to myself, because I'm supposed to show it to other people. Oh, you don't have time to show that for yourself. You look at this person over here. Look at that person over there. They need your compassion. They need your kindness. It wasn't instilled to me that it needed to be something that needed to be worked on a daily basis, and not made to feel like it's alien and it's wrong to feel this way. You know, it's bad enough that we go through bad things in our lives. It's the way the life is. But then on top of that, we throw that negative stuff on there, that negative self-talk on there, and then we close it off with, you know, the sandwich, we'll say. We close it off with the same thing that's on the very bottom, the bottom piece of bread, the top piece of bread. It goes back to what we were shown when we were kids. So we've got to break that cycle. And I don't think it's an easy thing to do. I didn't even know really that I was suffering with this until I ran across that journal prompt and I really started delving into it. And it talked about how when you practice this and you start being aware of it and working on being kind to yourself, showing yourself that compassion, it's going to help you in many different instances in your life, particularly in other relationships and on down the line. But change your perspective, be mindful, and accept that it's okay to be kind to yourself. You know, if you can show that to other people, then why can't you show it to yourself? I mean, I didn't think about it. You know, it's a simple thing. If we can be kind to others, why can't we be kind to ourselves? Don't you think out of everybody else that we're kind to, the one person in this world that deserves our kindness and our compassion is ourselves? So that's what needs to be worked on. And I believe that's our shadow work for today. I'm going to do my 2 card readings here in a moment. But that's our shadow work for today, is working on our self-compassion.